So the delivery modes of the program are how the program will be delivered to your client. In this case, we're going to be delivering some at XYZ Company on their premises in Brisbane and some at my RTO, which in this case we'll just locate at Acacia Ridge. It says a combination of face-to-face trainer-led theory classes and practical sessions involving group and individual activities will be used. And then we have a list of those potential activities. Now we can change these up. I might also put in there online testing, web-based activities and so on. Under learning support materials, we need to consider what sorts of materials we're going to develop to support the whole program. So I'm going to go up to our program areas to get an idea. So maybe I'll create program clusters that can be used as a basis for me developing learner guides for each of these clusters, rather than individual learner guides for all 12 units. So in this case, we'll have a developing people learner guide, an employee relationships learner guide, and a business leadership learner guide. I might also want to consider things like templates for our users to complete when they do their assessments, and maybe some activity templates as well that we can fill out along the way. Now, this is just a place marker. As we develop all these, we might go back and add more or take some away. But at the start of your learning plan, you've at least got a structure where you can start developing these materials. So I'm just going to merge these cells and delete these ones to clean up the template a bit. Now we're going to look at the assessment methods that we're going to use for each of these program areas. So I'm going to take a quick look back and to see what sorts of assessments are likely for these units of competency. Then I'm going to look at our key below and see how this relates to each one of those competencies. So firstly, I'm going to add in there that we need a written test for each. Why do I say this? Because every single unit of competency has knowledge requirements, and the only way we can get knowledge from somebody's head is some sort of questioning. And in this case, because it's a diploma level, I'm going to ask for a written test in each case. I then also want some observations to see how they can actually complete some of the tasks. And they're not necessarily going to be work observations, so I've gone and edited that particular key. And then because most of this is going to happen in the workplace, I've also added portfolio instead of role play. So I'm going to go ahead and tick written test, observations, and portfolio for all three program areas. And that'll help me now go on to develop the assessments at a later stage. Now let's cut and paste these program areas into the delivery and assessment staff. Now, in my RTO, we have some people who are qualified to deliver the training but aren't qualified to assess the training. So Bob is qualified to deliver, he's got all the experience, but Tim is also qualified as an assessor. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to get Bob to deliver the first part, I'm going to get Tim to deliver and assess the last two parts. In order to record this correctly, in the delivery and assessment column, I'm going to put a no for Bob in the delivery and a yes for Tim in the delivery and assessment. To make this more readable, I'll put Tim's name next to Bob's in the first row, just to show that he can and will be there to assess in both the technical and assessment level. Let's now go down to the reasonable adjustment statement. I'm going to go in there first and just replace the My Organisation prompt with My RTO. And I'm going to read through that it says that My RTO has practices that include reasonable adjustments, and so on. I'm going to do the same in the student support section and replace your organisation name with My RTO. Now, it's not good enough just to go in there and replace the red text. We need to read through this to make sure that it does actually align with what our organisation will be delivering. So in this case, I'm going to take the word coach out because we don't have coaches. We might have student contacts. And also reading through this, I've noticed there's no reference to our website materials as well. So I'm going to add that in at the bottom. In our next video, we're going to look at the program risks and controls, LLN support, and we're going to finish off the remainder of our program plan.